Zimbabwe finds itself at a critical juncture. The nation grapples with a pivotal question. Should elections be postponed past 2028, effectively extending the current president's tenure? This is a debate that ignites our passions today.
Because
now I believe in finding opportunity within challenge. Before decrying setbacks, let's explore how they might be turned to our advantage. Perhaps postponing Zimbabwe's elections, however controversial, actually holds unforeseen potential for the nation. I argue this because our current system is broken.
Violence while awaiting election results. At least 6 people died in clashes with security forces. But the MDC's leader, Nelson Chamisa, says it is the government that should face justice.
For the past 2-3 days, we have been subjected to all sorts of harassment, persecution, intimidation. In fact, just yesterday, our offices were invaded. The reason why probably they want to take information from us is because they wanted to try and destroy the evidence that we have. And I must say that Mr. Mnangagwa did not win the election in this country.
For decades, elections have failed to deliver genuine change. True transformation demands more than simply swapping figureheads, which is what elections are all about. You're just changing figureheads, but you're not necessarily changing a certain culture within the people. True change demands more than mere change in leadership. Why? Why is this? Because our leaders, regardless of their national affiliation, ultimately serve a global agenda. So that's what they're working on. They're working on the agenda of the globalists, where the globalists want to lead the local people to. So the leaders are shepherds guiding their flocks towards a new world which is envisioned by powerful, unseen forces. Their true allegiance lies not with their people, but with the architects of globalization. It's no secret that power operates in the shadows. Beyond the visible political landscape lies a network of influential organizations. Call them secret societies, call them brotherhoods, or if you want, the Illuminati, all pursuing a common agenda. This agenda, symbolized on the US dollar bill, speaks of a new world order. The seeds of the new world order were sown in the 1920s with the formation of the League of Nations. A century later, we find ourselves in the final stages of this grand design, now orchestrated by the United Nations. Zimbabwe's own Vision 2030, with its focus on economic growth and social development, mirrors the UN's Sustainable Development Goals. While these goals are laudable on the face of it, we must ask, do they truly reflect the aspirations of the Zimbabwean people? Or do they serve a broader global agenda? Are our leaders free to chart our own course? Or are they bound to follow a predetermined path? Could it be that our leaders are exploiting the global agenda to advance their own interests?
We therefore need to continue working together for the attainment of global goal of 0 new infections by 2030. 2030 ndiye ndichipo, saka tichazoona kuti taziwana here kana hatisati.
Are they using the New World Order narrative as a smokescreen to consolidate their power and wealth? From a conspiratorial standpoint, it's argued that any leader, regardless of their nation, ultimately answers to hidden global powers. If Zimbabwe holds elections in 2028, some believe the outcome will be preordained, offering only an illusion of choice. This perspective even suggests that Robert Mugabe's rise to power in 1980 was orchestrated, potentially with the involvement of the Jesuits. So let's imagine elections proceeding in 2028. What truly changes? Do we merely exchange one set of power-hungry individuals for another? Will they prioritize the people's needs or indulge in the trappings of the office? Because even with a new leader, the underlying reality may remain unchanged. And from this perspective, all world leaders, regardless of their public persona, are ultimately bound to a hidden agenda, serving forces that seek to control and manipulate. This echoes ancient scriptures that warn of a struggle against unseen powers, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Zimbabwe stands at a crossroads. The path forward demands not just passion, but wisdom. We must engage with those in power strategically, intelligently, and with unwavering unity. We must demand transparency, demand leaders who prioritize our nation, not hidden agendas. This potential delay in elections, however it came to be, presents an unexpected opportunity, a chance to reflect, to rebuild, to claim our power. Let us use this time to empower ourselves through knowledge, skills, and self-reliance. Let us forge a Zimbabwe that cannot be manipulated, a Zimbabwe that stands strong and free on the world stage. The future is ours to shape. I truly believe that. And I want you to think about that. Think hard on that. Think about where we're coming from. What elections have actually changed, if anything at all. And if elections have not changed anything, we have to ask ourselves, why is that? And when it comes to the issue of reforms, this is the time to actually focus on getting those reforms, using the time that's available to us to make those necessary changes, so that by the time we actually get into holding elections, we are ready and we've leveled the playing field, and we're not wasting time or just selecting leaders who are there just to get the perks of being in parliament, etc. We don't need that nonsense. We have to move past that. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. Catch you next time. Peace.